What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J and we are locked in. These are the exclusive photos for episode 9 of Raising Kanan. I'm very excited to see this. I want to make sure that it plays out how a power episode is supposed to play out. Since this is episode 9, it should be a lot of action. We should have a major character leaving. I'm thinking Lulu, but don't quote me on that. In Snaps, he's starting to step on up and become the villain that we need. Now, let's go ahead and jump into it. This is the exclusive photos for episode 9 of Raising Kanan. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. This is the exclusive photos, episode 9. It's looking like it's going to be Bada's big day, and I mean their first performance out and about trying to get this record deal. Now they're at the mall because we see the Sears behind Marvin and Rock, but Bada hasn't been on the best of pages. Juke has recovered nicely after getting jumped at the train station, and we know that she is the leader of this group, so she's going to fight through all the BS to make sure that these girls can try to get this deal. Because remember, Jukebox's only last resort is to join the army and get the heck up out of here. So she needs to go in the back, let the girls know, follow my lead, because I'm trying to get us a deal and I'm trying to get us up and out of the hood. Let's get this money, ladies. From this picture, I'm thinking that Bada's going to be nervous, but they'll go out there and do their thing, especially when you got some Funyuns behind you to get you started. That's a good party starter. Now, Crystal, she might be a little afraid of Jukebox after her setup to get Jukebox whooped on didn't work in her favor. And Aisha, on the other hand, I think she's actually going to have a good performance. There might be some issues between Jukebox and Crystal while they're out there fighting for the lead, because if there is a big agent out there watching, you know Crystal wants that airtime and Crystal wants to be the leader of Bada. So I don't know. There's going to be some friction somewhere. Hopefully Aisha has her dance steps in order, but Crystal might actually be the problem. One, because she fears Juke, and two, she wants to outshine Juke. Marvin's finally talking to Gerald and trying to figure out a little bit more. But when I say figure out a little bit more, that's Gerald trying to get this information because the feds pulled up on him, and we don't know how long he's been working with the feds. Now, Marvin already has some suspicion about Gerald because he said, man, what do you got with bulletproof records and connected to the mob? So hopefully we see Marvin play it smart here and not divulge too much information to Gerald, because we know that he's working with the feds. And if we know Marvin like we think we do, well, I think he can sense that Gerald is up to something. Anytime someone mentions the police, especially in the Power universe, you need to take a step back and reanalyze the whole situation. Now, Gerald is going to continue to dig. I don't know, he might be wearing a wire at this point, but we do know that Tanner wants information, so anything is better than nothing. But if they have him wired up, man, Gerald's going to have to play it cool, because if not, and Marvin finds out, it's over with for him, even though we all want it to be over with for Gerald. From what we seen in the trailer, we know Rock is telling Kanan, whatever you and Ronnie got going on, it's over with. Come on home with me. And that's because last week she had a conversation with Snap and told him to leave her son alone. But Kanan, like I said in the trailer, we're going to see him tell Rock, listen, I can make some phone calls and they can get you up and out of here. So Kanan is really standing his ground, especially since he knows that his mom put the gun in his bag. His mom called CPS and had her come over to the house. So Kanan is leaning more towards being with Ronnie, because Ronnie, he likes Kanan because Kanan doesn't fear him, and that's respect. That's respect. Remember, they asked him, what would you rather have, fear or respect? Well, Ronnie knows that Kanan doesn't fear him, and he respects him for that. And Kanan is looking Rock in the eye and saying, I don't want anything to do with you. I've already told you you're lying. So this right here is going to make Rock very, very upset that Kanan doesn't want to come back with her. We know Lou has been having a drinking problem, and everywhere he goes, he's drinking, and that's the problem. Well, it looks like he's getting snatched up here, and as I mentioned earlier with my first predictions off of the trailer, I'm thinking he'll get arrested here. Rock has already told Howard about that. Once they get Lulu, Howard is going to be the one to get him out of jail, and that's why he's chained up or tied up inside of that abandoned house. And from these photos, it looks like they might be getting rid of Lulu this week. And I've said I always wanted Howard to be the one to do it, but we see some other detectives coming into this abandoned building. So maybe Lulu's there, or they could have it set up and maybe they put Gerald's body in here, because everyone's working together behind the scenes to try to get everyone prepared for the feds to be incoming. And that's because Lulu told him, I can tell you about everybody on the South Side, everybody that's dropped, everyone that's killed something. I can tell you about everybody. Now, Howard ain't trying to hear that because all of this is going to be tied into him. So what I'm assuming is maybe he does take out Lulu, because we hear Lulu crying in the trailer telling Marvin, don't let Rock do that. But they do need to get rid of Lulu. And if Howard does it, that'll be the perfect thing. And Howard, he can go ahead and be the one to come up with the story to tell the other detectives. Because remember, he's getting promoted. So at this point, he's about to be the big dog at work. So if he does it, he doesn't have to worry about Rock and Marvin messing up. And Lulu, well, Marvin didn't let Rock do it. They let Howard do it. And it's looking like the two cops that are over here is Roland and Buckley, the ones that been messing with Rock. Well, we needed to get them on the payroll at some point. So maybe Rock was telling Howard, hey, I got these two cops. See what you can do with them. They're dirty. Maybe if you can get them on our side, we can flip this story, have them say they found Lulu in this building, and then that'll get Lulu off our hands and we don't have to deal with it. But Howard doesn't want Lulu around because Lulu is really messing up and all roads lead back to Howard. So this could be one way that they do it to get rid of Lulu. Ronnie's still going to be applying that pressure to Kanan's friend Famous. And that's because we don't know if Kanan's friend Famous, or should I say ex-friend Famous, is doing any talking. Now, he probably just showing up to get the rest of his stuff. I don't know why Famous even bothers coming over here unless he's going to talk to Kanan and say, hey, Kay, where's your Uncle Lulu? I haven't seen him. He just left. But Ronnie doesn't want him coming around here. So I'm assuming that's what Ronnie is saying. Don't come around here. Kanan don't want to be bothered by you. You've been running your mouth. I might take you out. So for Famous, the best bet is just to go back to Shirley's club, help move some stuff around, and get back in that booth because Ronnie ain't playing around. Last but not least, Snaps and Pops. Now, there's not much to say about them because we're watching them evolve right in front of us and become the villains that we need them to be. Well, they already said they're going to war with Rock, so that's all that needs to be said. They got the goons behind them. So if anyone comes in here talking reckless, well, just know that pressure will be applied. Well, this is the photos. This is just a quick breakdown of what we see and what could potentially happen. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching. I'm out.